I've had a running series for a while where I'll spotlight a comment that somebody wrote that I thought was not smart, and I decided to do this again today. There are people who are reacting in a variety of ways to the to Sanders calling for these various companies to raise their wages, and I think that's more important, or at least is more significant in terms of needing more coverage than a lot of these current these cable networks are doing right now. All they want to talk about is Kavanaugh all day. So one of these people says that they believe Sanders doesn't get that working at McDonald's for minimum wage is a stepping stone to a better position and not a career choice. And they advocate for people getting an education and learning new skills uh, if they want to make more money, and that the $15 minimum wage is a ends small business owners. So they can't afford to implement that. Um, so I'm going to try to address this very quickly, or not very quickly, but at least in a detailed way, because I think I said this before. I really have a disdain for Twitter's little cap locks nonsense. Oh, you can only write 3 sentences and make your point that way. So if it's a stepping stone for a better job, who's calling it that? I sure as hell don't see McDonald's saying, "Hey, only work here until you're 22 and then go back to school." The school that is affordable because we have free college in the U.S. Oh wait, not really. Um, so that by itself already is nonsensical. You have people of all ages working at these companies, and they don't say outright, or I've never seen them say only work here for X amount of years until something of a higher position comes up. Um, okay, so the part about getting an education, learn new skills. Now, this person is aware that these schools are, we have 1.5 trillion in debt over these loans, right? Or they forget that. And I guarantee you they wouldn't support free college, so that's already out of the field of expectations. Now, as for learning new skills, well, I would think you would go to school to learn those new skills, and if you can't afford to go to school, then I guess you can't get the new skills, which means you're stuck at the dead end job. And the small business owner thing doesn't make any sense because all of from what I've seen, the companies that Sanders has gone after with that Stop Bezos Act are all large businesses. Does anyone watching this believe McDonald's is a small business? Does anyone believe that? What one person? Does anyone buy that? I didn't think so. So we have another example of the lack of empathy, disgusting, really retarded comments that people like to write online. Um, you have someone who would not back making it to where it's affordable, or rather free, for people to get these skills that they're saying would allow them to do things that would earn them more money. See, the system is retarded, like this mindset, because, or rather stupid, because it's disingenuous. Oh, work for this, work for that, and then you still can't afford it. Well, just keep working. And again, this is someone who probably, if they're a Trump backer, is going to not bring up the fact that he didn't work for his money. So it's them being idiots again. Um, and someone will say, oh well, you're one of I had a user who was talking about you sound like a give me a handout, I don't want to work kind of person. Um, and like I said before, I'm not in that circumstance, but I have this thing called empathy that a lot of these people don't want to seem to get. The companies won't raise their prices without firing loads of workers because they want to make as much cash as they can. They need billions of dollars, or at least their owners and founders do, because they want to get as rich as possible. That's why they pay out the politicians to leave them alone, and that's why the Sanders thing kind of surprised a couple of people. Um, so it's a sad process because they'll make the argument of, well, I'm not rich, so you can't disenfranchise me. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you're not, but you're advocating for the same failed system that has left 63% of Americans unable to afford $1,000 emergency. Like it's a very simple game. You get someone who's not part of the group to advocate for that group, and then they can say, well, I've personally not had this problem. So they're gaslighting us, but people fall for it, so it sucks.